So, up to about a year ago, I was waking up with immense dread every single day for probably the last 30 years. And like 3 years ago, I stopped working, and like all of the things that I thought that I was dreading, I cut out. And yet a year or two later, even though I didn't have like anything pressing or like anything to dread, I was still waking up with this sinking, gut-wrenching dread in the morning. And it would take like 5 or 10 minutes to work myself out of it, but it was still an every single day thing. Beautiful souls, my name is Lisa, and today's shame story is one that is like, it's so heavy within us, and I think so many of us carry it. And I also think that it's what really keeps us stuck, because we're so ashamed that we won't even admit it to ourselves. And being able to admit it to yourself, there's no way to change it, it just stays the same, which keeps you stuck, right? So with this is like my dread in the morning. I had nothing to dread. Like literally I could wake up and do whatever I wanted to do, like the dream, right? And yet I was waking up dreading that. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? Right there's the shame. Right there. Why am I feeling this? There must be something wrong with me, because it's like I have everything I need to feel at peace, to feel happy, and yet I'm still not. I'm feeling this dread. What is wrong with me? That's the shame. It makes you think that there's something wrong with you. And this happened a few years back too. Whenever I first kind of went on this journey, one of the first steps was admitting that even though like I was so grateful for the life I was building, had built, whatever you want to call it, like I didn't want to seem ungrateful for all of the things that I had, the goals I've reached, the people I've made, but at the same time, it was just like this emptiness inside, like not fulfilled, not happy. But like anybody in their right mind would be happy with all the things I've done and have, right? So it's this like guilt for not being grateful enough, or it's so hard to explain, but you hear about it all the time. Like people with lots and lots and lots of money who are just like miserable, right? And you think, oh, if I had all that, there's no way I would be miserable. But I mean, you really money doesn't buy you happiness. The things, the goals, that's not where your happiness is. And so the shame that comes along with that, like I just felt like a really, really bad person, because how ungrateful I am that I have all these things. I'm so privileged. I like have all these opportunities, and yet I'm still so empty. Like something must be wrong with me. And I think so many of us carry this silently. I know I did for so many years. And even whenever I did come out about it, it got taken personally. Like people you love think it's their fault, and it's really not their fault either. I'll tell you what it is. What ended the dread for me and not being happy. What ends it is you listening to your emotions. You waking up with that dread in the morning, and instead of shaming yourself for it and saying, why is it still here? Why can't I be better? What is wrong with me? instead of shaming yourself for it, you feel it, you allow it, you welcome it. Like it's a hurt child or a hurt puppy at your door asking to come sit in your house next to you. You let it come in. And honestly, once I learned this work that I do a year ago, and I'm telling you, like 2 or 3 days after I started, like just listening, sitting with it. You don't even have to, you don't say anything to it, you don't judge it, you just watch it, listen to it. That's it. Give it attention. Give it love. That is love, is giving it your attention, giving it your presence, listening to it, watching it. And a few days after I started doing that and just saying, hey, it's okay that I feel this way. What's going on? You know? Tell me about it. After a few days of that, I don't wake up with dread anymore. And it's like the most amazing thing in the world, because it takes a lot of energy to pull yourself out of that first thing in the morning every day. And if you don't, then your whole day becomes that, you know? And so the energy that I save from not waking up with dread, I mean, how... I don't know if any of you guys do or not. I know I talk about this quite a bit because it was like it was a super hard thing. But really, it comes down to listening to your emotions. And that is what will get you out of this shame loop. Because if you're feeling empty or lost or stuck or unfulfilled with your life, and you just keep shoving that away and then feeling bad about it because, you know, you have healthy kids or you have a house or you have a great job, but you still feel, and you keep shoving that away and telling yourself that you need to be more grateful and whatever, like, it's just gonna keep going on, and you're gonna keep growing that shame. Same with the dread. You know, if I would have kept like bashing it and shaming it, like, I'd still be waking up with dread today. So it all boils down to being honest with yourself about what you're actually feeling, no matter what you have. It doesn't matter what you have, what you've accumulated, your accolades. None of that matters. Like, do you feel alive? Do you feel excited? Like, do you want to wake up? Like, that was the feeling for me for so long, was like, why can't I just sleep forever? Like, wake me up when it's over. I don't want to be here. Even though I have all these things, you know, like, it didn't make a difference. I'm grateful for all the things, don't get me wrong. And I'm even more grateful for them now that I'm be present with them. But yeah, listening to what you're actually feeling and not shaming that, and then sitting with it, talking to it. Like, it turns out what I really wanted was to express myself, and that brings me purpose and fulfillment, aliveness, joy, a lot of fear too, but the good kind, you know. There will be fear in there whenever you're doing all this, because there just is. But yeah, the shame that comes from holding back how you're actually feeling about your life keeps you stuck in that. So you don't have to be ashamed of it. You can admit it, at least to yourself, and then you can start making changes. And that's all I have for today. Bye.